All right, this is the Hellion Rocks. We're here with round two of Don Chaffin from Voices of Extreme. Mother Nature rained us out yesterday, so we kind of had to do a round two version. So, Don, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Skies are clear, and we're ready.
Awesome. So, in the interim, I've been really excited. Your publicist, Maria Ferraro, has done a really good job of putting the word out for Voices of Extreme. Caught my attention. Definitely a band I'm interested in hearing from. Liked the video, and I requested an interview, and here we are. So, drop the bomb on us. Tell us about Voices of Extreme.
Excellent. Yeah, so Maria is doing a phenomenal job from Adrenaline PR, letting the world know about our new product here, our new album. And basically, it's James, it's been an album that's been underway basically for about 5 years collectively, and between band members moving in different parts of the globe and what have you, everybody has managed to come back to the New York area. We finished up the album, and it gets released on October 29th, and we're also supporting it with a tour that starts that day as well.
Nice. The album's called Breaking the Silence. You guys have a video out, too, that's really, really cool for Apocalypse. Am I correct?
Absolutely. One of my favorites, yes.
Yeah, it's an awesome track. And we were talking yesterday a little bit about genres, and, I really hate the fact that we have over-genreified, and that's the word I was trying to come up with, the music scene. Everything's got to have a tidy little label. I just like good rock and roll music, and that's what I get from Voices of Extreme. There's a softer, mellow, and then balls out hard rock and roll. I love the fact that you guys have that variety.
Absolutely. I mean, good luck to people that are trying to stick Voices of Extreme in one particular genre, because as you can see, the album is, although it's one cohesive sound, and it is a cohesive sound, the influences are so vast behind the sound and the making of the music that there's something on there for everybody. There's stuff that could be on a commercial Z100 type, and then there's stuff for the heavy metal audience as well. So, and it's something that we take a lot of pride in, because we're not a one-dimensional act, not live or nor in the studio, so we're happy with the output here.
That's cool. I grew up listening to bands that just played rock and roll music. I remember listening to, there was like a rock station, and there was a country station, and then there was a soul station, and that was it. That's what you got. And you had bands growing up like Aerosmith that could throw down a ballad, and then they could throw out, like Back in the Saddle or Draw the Line. They would just kick your ass and crush you. I think that Voices of, you guys, Voices of Extreme, are bringing that back, man. The solid bass rock and roll, that's going to grab everybody. And I'm so excited, and it's such a good thing to see that there's people still making that kind of music.
Absolutely. All of my favorite bands, and like you had said, all the big bands as well, they find a way to be a product of their times and still stay true to the art of who they are as an artist. So, and I guess what happens is, we're all pulling from our influences as songwriters. We've all heard these chords somewhere in our journey, and the melodies as well. So what happens is, you put it all together and you get your own take on the whole situation. And I think it's kind of neat that you don't have to be so one-dimensional, because we certainly are not, as you can tell.
Nice. I know your band is your longtime friend Bob Brennan, and that was very cool that you guys got to come back together and do that. Tell us about the rest of the band, man.
Well, the rest of the band is we have Nick Gertson, who's actually from Sweden, and he and Bobby came up to New York in 2004, to form this thing, along with Nico McBrain and Danny Spitz and everybody else that Bobby brought up, which was pretty interesting to say the least. But the three of us have been together since the inception of the band. We've had two drummers. I'm sorry, we're on a third drummer right now, but when I say we're on a third drummer, I don't want to dismiss the other guys, because they're all tremendous. It's just that everyone's schedule is conflicting. So, but our latest acquisition to this band, and we're very happy, is our new drummer, Frank Gilchrist, who comes to us from Riot and Virgin Steel and what have you. He's just a powerhouse back there. So the four of us, it's a four-piece ensemble live, and there's a lot of sound and a lot of volume that comes from these four members.
it's a big sound. I'm really, kudos to you guys for bringing that big sound, man.
Thank you. We just got to make sure that we reproduce it live, and we will.
Yeah, absolutely. I know we talked a little bit yesterday that you worked with Danny Spitz on something just recently. And
yes.
Red Lamb, right?
Yes, I'm the lead singer for Red Lamb, and Danny reached out to me about 2 or 3 years ago, and he had this idea to do something. Now, Danny was the original producer from Voices of Extreme back in 2004. So when he was looking for a lead vocalist, for Red Lamb, he reached out to me a couple of years ago, and then before you know it, I was on a plane with him, heading out to Dave Mustaine's house and studio to do the album. So it was quite interesting, and subsequently we came back from tour. Back from recording the album, and just earlier this year we went on it's in the middle of the country there, so that was a pretty cool tour, and certainly a great experience with these guys because they're legendary.
Nice, yeah, absolutely, yeah. I know you mentioned that he worked on your first record. That would be Hypocrite, right?
Yes, Danny worked on the first 4, not the entire album, but the first, I think, 5 or 6 cuts as he was preparing them for us to bring them into Sanctuary Records for showcasing.
Nice. So that's been several years, and you guys are back fully charged, ready to hit the road. Like we discussed earlier about shows, my feeling on a rock and roll show is just that. You throw away your work day, all your bills and blah, 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 this, that, and the other, and you go to a rock show to enjoy yourself and have a good time. What can we experience when we go see a Voices of Extreme show?
I mean, basically what you're going to hear is just a true rock band. There are some instrumentation and orchestration that goes on the record, and somehow, don't ask me how my members do this in regard to, we certainly don't have those 7 or 8 different instruments on stage, but for some reason the power of the band, and I believe it's just their hard hitting and the emotion that they deliver from their instruments, but it comes across very powerful and represents well what is actually on the album. When in fact on the album, there'll be string lines, there'll be whatever it may be, layered parts and what have you, but when you come see Voices of Extreme, you're going to see a high-energy rock band that just, loves what they do, and you can actually, the audience is able to see that. We just love it. We love being up there performing, and it's just, to me, that's where it all started from anyway with all of us. That's why we do what we do. The bottom line is, sure, we love to be in the recording studio and shoot the videos and all that kind of great stuff, but the bottom line is we all got started so that we can get on stage and play in front of people, and so when we're up there, it's like being home. Beautiful.
One of the things about a live performance that I enjoy, I'm not one of those guys. There's a lot of purists out there that, that's not how they played it on the record, and that doesn't sound, what I enjoy is the liveness of a live performance. I don't mind if there's, a change up or, you don't hit all the notes perfectly. It's like you just said, the energy and the passion that comes through in a live performance translates directly into me, and I love it. I love live performances.
Absolutely. I mean, you know what it is? It's an artist's interpretation of the live sound that actually makes it unique. Yes, I do like to hear things close to the record as well. However, when you hear Don Henley, if he gets up there with a guitar and sings Hotel California by himself, or he sings it with the full band of the Eagles and does it, you just love any kind of interpretation because you love the song and you love the artistry behind it. So, with that said, we try to stay as true to the record as possible. However, there is some leniency live that we enjoy, actually. It kind of spices it up and then makes it a little different each night, Makes it interesting for the band and also for the audience.
Cool. So your new record is coming out, and it's going to come out digitally, and is it going to be a physical copy as well?
Oh, absolutely. It'll be in the stores. I don't know which stores. Hopefully, the bigger ones. I think like Best Buy and Walmart and things like that. But so it's not just a digital. It's not just a digital release. There's physical copies that are being distributed by Sony Red, and they'll be throughout the country. So that'll be exciting for us.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm a geek. I like to have a physical copy in hand. I like to read the liner notes. I'm one of those guys that reads the production, that kind of good stuff. And I know there's still people out there that like that. And it's I'm
Well, you feel
thankful
like
that
you're
you guys
getting
are
something for your money. You know what I'm saying, James? And the bottom
exactly
line is, if you get a digital copy, you can't hold it. It's kind of neat. The conveniency is neat, although it's compressed beyond compressed. But the bottom line is,
correct.
you're not sitting there and if you spend $10, $7, $12, whatever it is, you're not coming home with anything that's physical that you can look at, stare at, and try to, visualize where these guys got the artwork from, or like you said, the studio notes or what have you. So, I'm ready for them to bring back vinyl full on. It's all good,
Absolutely.
Because it's a bigger piece of merchandise for your money. It's even nicer.
Oh, no worries. How did you get here? I mean, it's not an easy decision to become a full-time musician, and it's not a guaranteed income, but people like me are glad that people like you choose to do that. What led you to the path that you're on right now?
Well, I mean, truthfully, I was addicted to music when I was a kid, and early, way back, even watching. I remember a midnight special with my parents watching, Jerry Lee Lewis, Little Richard, and Chuck Berry, and just being mesmerized about the sound, the performance, and then it was Kiss who came out, right, and it was, and then Led Zeppelin and all this stuff, and it was just. It all manifested into a dream, and what I think as an artist you try to fine-tune that passion, so the bottom line is really all we're doing right here, James, is just following our passion, and I've been in a lot of projects, and I've been in a lot of studio projects and what have you, and Voices of Extreme really, for me, it's really home for me as far as a vocalist and a songwriter, so again, it's a true passion not only of mine but my bandmates. So that it's just a natural, and we appreciate guys like yourself and everybody else that supports it and the pro know about it.
Cool, man. Well, all right. Voices of Extreme. You guys are going to hit the road. Can you tell us where that's going to bring you? Is it going to bring you across the U.S. or just in one locale?
It's funny you said that. Actually, I think my manager wanted to take a swing at me today because the bottom line, I keep pressing him for those dates and those exact locations. Long story short is those dates are coming very soon within the next couple of days as far as the exact location of where we're going to be actually performing. So I'm as excited and as eager as you guys in finding out where we're going, but I believe it starts in the Northeast and travels down the eastern seaboard and perhaps then the center of the country. I'm not sure that yet 100%, but I believe that's where we're going.
Well, if you come anywhere near, from what I've heard, Voices of Extreme is a band that I would definitely try and make a road trip to go check out. And, I recommend anybody listening, all my fans and my listeners, do not miss this band. You guys will love them. When you hear them coming near you, go check it out, pick up the record, support these guys, help them make the music that you want to hear. Before we wrap it up, anything you want to tell your fans and listeners right now?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank them, for listening and helping us do what we do. And truthfully, we're really looking forward to seeing you guys on the road. You can check us out on voicesofextreme.com, and you'll see tour dates. You'll see the news and what have you. And October 29th, that's when the album hits. So if you can, take a listen to that, pick it up if you like, and come see us at the shows. Can't wait to see you.
Beautiful. I'm going to pick that up myself. I get offered a lot of CDs, and I get offered guest listed on a lot of shows. For one, I pay for shows. I pay for CDs. I buy the shirts because that is how musicians make their living in this day and age. I recommend everybody else do the same thing. Support your bands.
That, something that's funny that you said that, James, because truthfully, I have, a tremendous amount of experience as far as engineering and studios, and I could get all the songs for free if I like. However, like you said, when I go buy a Scorpions record or whatever it may be, a Van Halen, record or whatever it is, I feel good that I'm doing the right thing, helping those guys keep it moving along, because if everybody just takes it for free, and how are the poor guys that make the records, how are they going to afford to make the records, So it's, you're supporting what you love, and if you love it, like you said, support it and go out and buy it. Come to the shows.
That's it. Well, all right, Don, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I look forward to having talking more to you, and, maybe catching your show and doing an on-camera video interview, taking some pictures. 100% behind you. I love the music, and I appreciate your time.
James, thank you so much, and definitely we will see you soon. And absolutely, let's go backstage. You know, have a couple of discussions and take a couple of shots and photos, and just it'll be real fun. So we're looking forward to it, my friend. I appreciate it.
Cool.